alive.
A light atmosphere and filled with love.
Come as you are.
Construction began on this building in 1978, opening its doors for the first time in '83. Over the next 30 years, this church would take on 3 different names, impacting many different people. And through a series of events, my wife and I had the opportunity of taking over the leadership of this church in 2010. God began to put a new dream in our heart, and after much prayer, we made an announcement in January of 2014 that this local church would be renamed as Souls Church, with a relaunch date of Sunday, September 21st, 2014. And that we did. A new chapter began that day, and every week we've seen lives changed by God. We've seen people make commitments to Christ, get water baptized, and connect with others through life-giving relationships. And it's only just begun. Let's take a moment to hear about some lives that have been changed by the power of Jesus Christ.
When I first came here, I was coming from a situation that there was a lot of strife.
I lived in Iowa. I grew up going to a Methodist church when I was little. And then when my mother got remarried, she started going to a Lutheran church. So I was brought up Lutheran, baptized Lutheran. After high school, I kind of fell out of going to church for a long time.
Growing up in my home, my mom was atheist, so we didn't attend church. My great-grandma and my grandma were both Catholic, so I had extended family that would take me into church for Christmas, but that was really about the only time that we experienced church.
My parents divorced when I was young, so we did the church thing here and there. I was a typical kid, didn't like going, didn't want to go, did what I could to not go. The usual.
When things started getting full of a lot of strife and disagreements, I was more worried about my salvation and not losing what I had with Christ than I was about where I was. I went looking for a safe place to be me.
The moment for me when it comes to actually going to the church is when we had kids. It's, watching them grow up and wanting them to have a better teaching.
I came from a house full of substance abuse and it was a lot of chaos and just not a healthy environment for kids.
For so many of us, we have so much hurt and so much pain that's inside of us. And we're afraid to tell somebody, we're afraid to reach out, we're afraid to go anywhere where someone might ask something about us. I would encourage a person who is really struggling right now to come with me, come sit beside me.
So when you come here and everybody is happy and they're singing and they're praising God, and it was just such a light atmosphere and filled with love, and people automatically were giving me hugs and they were so happy to see me, and I was like, hi, my name is Shannon, nice to meet you, and it was I was welcomed with open arms.
Just over a year ago, we started coming here, and we really enjoy it and keep coming back and getting more involved.
We've grown together through so much that I love to be here. I fight anything that tries to pull me away from my church on Sunday mornings.
And it's friendly, it's inviting, you feel like there's a point in coming.
My kids, by Wednesday are saying, are we going to church? Are we going to church on Sunday? And Sunday morning, they're getting themselves ready and they're saying, is it time to go yet? And so they're my driving force, because before I had to drag them out the door, and now they're, like, Mom, are you ready? Let's go, we're gonna be late.
We just love it. We enjoy it.
It's almost like extended family here.
It's like our home.
Come as you are.
If you feel full when you leave, you feel alive.
We are so honored to have you with us today. And our prayer is that every time you walk through the doors of Souls Church, you would have a life-giving experience as you encounter God, find community, experience growth, and ultimately fulfill your mission. Thanks for being part of our history. And on behalf of my wife, myself, and our entire Souls Church family, thanks for being our guest, and welcome home.